What if I told you the number one reason most investors fail has nothing to do with picking the wrong stocks, a bad economy, and not having enough money? It's actually a psychological tripwire buried in the human mind, a trigger that causes people to give up, sometimes just moments before their portfolio was about to turn around. Whether you are a student, a 9-to-5 worker, or a small business owner in the US, this mental trap doesn't discriminate. Studies show the average investor consistently earns less than the market itself. This isn't due to bad luck, it's due to a predictable behavior that convinces you quitting is the only smart move, even when all the evidence says to stay the course. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the single biggest reason investors fail, but you'll also know the simple mindset shift that can help you join the 20% who actually build lasting wealth. To see this trap in action, let's look at a typical investor named Alex. Alex represents millions of people starting their journey. He's smart, he's done some homework, and he's optimistic. He opens an account with $5,000 savings he worked hard to pull together from his job. He builds a solid, diversified portfolio using low-cost index funds. For the first 6 months, everything is perfect. The market is up, and his $5,000 turns into $5,600. Alex feels validated. He's thinking, this is easy. I should have started years ago. Then the inevitable happens. The market hits a rough patch. Scary headlines about inflation and recession dominate the news. Alex checks his account. His $5,600 is now $4,800. He's not worried. He remembers the advice to stay the course. But the dip keeps dipping. A week later, he's at $4,200. Now, anxiety sets in. He starts checking his portfolio multiple times a day. Every time he logs in, that red downward arrow feels less like a market fluctuation and more like a personal failure. This is the first crack in the foundation. The trap is officially set. What Alex is feeling isn't a financial problem, it's a human one. The trigger is a powerful cognitive bias called loss aversion. Behavioral economists have discovered that for the human brain, the pain of losing something is roughly twice as intense as the pleasure of gaining the exact same thing. The good feeling Alex got from his $600 gain was only half as strong as the awful feeling he has now from his $800 loss. His brain isn't seeing a temporary dip in a 30-year retirement plan. It's seeing an immediate, dangerous threat to his survival. This is where the spiral begins. Because the loss hurts so much, the brain desperately wants to make the pain stop. The quickest way to do that? Sell. This is amplified by recency bias, the feeling that because things are bad now, they will stay bad forever, and herding mentality, the urge to follow the crowd when you see others panicking. Back to Alex, 20% of his initial investment. The emotional weight is too much to carry while balancing his job and daily life. He logs in, clicks sell, and gets rid of everything. In that moment, a wave of relief washes over him. The pain is gone. He took control. But what he actually did was turn a temporary, on-paper dip into a permanent $1,000 loss. The cruelest irony of investing is that history shows the market's best days often come immediately after the worst. Markets don't wait for the news to get better. They recover quickly and quietly. A few months after Alex sold, the market starts climbing. Within a year, it has erased its losses and hit new highs. If Alex had done nothing, his $4,000 would have bounced back to $5,000 and grown towards $6,000. But he quit. He's left with $4,000 in cash, watching from the sidelines. He sold at the point of maximum emotional pain, which is almost always the point of maximum financial opportunity. If this trap is so powerful, how do you avoid it? The answer isn't to become a financial genius. The solution is to stop tracking price and start tracking price and start tracking progress. Price is chaotic and out of your control. Your progress is steady and completely within your control. First, automate and ignore. Set up automatic, recurring investments. This is called dollar cost averaging. Then, delete the investment app from your phone. Checking your portfolio daily is a losing. Checking it once a quarter is more than enough to stay on track. Second, track your contributions. Instead of obsessing over the market balance, track how much you have contributed. This number only ever goes up. It reinforces your discipline and gives you a sense of accomplishment, even when the market is volatile. Third, create an investor's contract. Write down a simple agreement to yourself. 6. Include your why, like retirement or a house, your strategy, investing a set amount monthly, and your emergency rule. I will not sell during a 20% drop. When panic sets in, read this contract. It reminds your emotional brain of the promises you made when you were calm. The difference between those who fail and those who build lasting wealth isn't investment brilliance, it's emotional endurance. Investing is like planting a tree. For a long time, it feels like nothing is happening. Most people give up because they keep digging up the seed to see if it's just sprouting. But if you have the discipline to let it be, to survive the storms, you will eventually earn the growth on the other side. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. If this helped you understand the why behind the market's madness, make sure to subscribe for more insights on building a resilient investor mindset.